So now we have our building already unwrapped, but not place it in the square altogether to have a representation of that textures as images. Yeah. So by now we need to understand the parts as a materials. Let's just keep in mind that the walls altogether will be created from a wood, for example. So we will just take all these wooden parts and place somewhere over here. Yeah, and to make sure that all these wooden parts will be scaled in the same measurement size, we just need to use that rescale button here. Yes, they already rescale it. Let's just scale it down a little bit, because you can see right now everything is pretty huge, and sometimes you will see that we will found some glitchy bugs here. That means that our object is really huge. It's much bigger than the program will work with. Actually, it's possible to adjust these areas altogether more clearly, but I prefer to scale down everything. Let's just select everything and scale it down. Maybe to put it somehow in our texture square here. To scale it down, we can use that scale, or just select scale by pressing right menu scale, and again by pressing right button here you can switch to the move button and move everything into our square. So right now let's just move everything in the material places. So for example, these wooden walls, I prefer to place it in this left bottom corner. All these walls will be over here. So this is the wooden part of our texture. So what else we have here? We have our windows and the frames of the windows. Let's just select all the windows first, like this. We have a 3 windows. That means this is just a glass. So let's place the glass somewhere here near the wooden parts. So these 3 parts is the glass. So this is the door, which should be inside our frame. Yeah, to turn off actually this checker on our building, because it's not really comfortable right now to work with the building. If we will see the checker, we just can turn off this little button here, and now we can see our building in a gray color. So this is our door. I will place it somewhere near the windows, because these 3 objects is pretty familiar with each other. Yeah. So this is the frame of the door. Let's place it somewhere near the door to understand that this is the door and this is our frames. And the frames of the windows. This is not the frame. This is the roofing on the back side, and also the back parts of our windows and the doors. As I said before, you can always switch to the F3 to see through your building what actually is selected. So if you select something here and you can't see selection, you just press F3 on your keyboard to see visually where all these polygons are selected. Yeah, we can see that all these polygons, mostly of those polygons are not useful for us. Let's just put it somewhere in the right corner here, because we never will see those. We will see maybe this part sometimes, but not the other parts, which is completely inside. So this is our frames of the windows. If you select those, you can move it somewhere over here. Now you just know that this is the walls, this is the glasses, this is the door, this is the frame of the door, and this is the frames of the glass, the windows. Yeah, maybe let's place it more close to the windows to understand that all these parts is the windows, all these parts is the doors. And what else we have? We will have this part on the bottom part of our building. We can just put it also here in the corner. Sometimes it's better to just delete those, but we will not delete anything at all, because right now I don't want to catch some problems with deleting. You always can delete something unknown for you. And the roof. So let's place the roof somewhere, maybe here. There is enough of place for the roof. Also, if you select something but you don't want to move, you can use the Alt button to deselect only one object from the selection, and the Control button to select several parts to move those. And let's place this part of the roof somewhere in our image. You can see that we still have a lot of space here, but right now I really don't care to fit this place with something, because we don't have a lot of elements. But the bigger our polygons will be here, the quality of our image will be better, because if we have a small resolution for our texture, it's important to place everything much more clear, much more scaled in our square here. To do that, I prefer just to found all the small parts like frames of everything, and the parts which is not visible. And now I select only the big parts of our building. This is the roofs, this is the walls, and let's just have this windows and the door, because they are pretty solid. And now we can just pack everything all together, like this, or even like that. So there is a different methods of packing. You can just use it from here. So yeah, this button will do a great job for packing for our building. Right now you can see that everything will place it automatically in a most beautiful way. And these small parts should be rescaled. Sorry, why my another part? Okay, so let's just scale it not automatically, just with the scale button here. And to see the scaling, we just need to go back to the checker. Now you can see that checker here it's not the same as we have on the walls. That means that we need to scale up everything to adjust the checker. It doesn't matter that we have a slightly different checker. It's not a big problem for us. Just make sure that you will not go through your square image. So basically in the end you will have your unwrap something like that. So yeah, right now our building is unwrapped and we can work right now on the texture. I believe that most of you guys didn't have a Photoshop or GIMP already installed, and to work easier right now, to not to download it and install any graphical application for now. We will need to download it in the future, but for now, when I just use this unwrap modifier, I will just show you how to texture building with images from the Google. For example, we need to texture a roof. Let's go to the Google and found some roof texture. Now you need to go to the image section, and here you can choose the what you like. Whenever, it doesn't matter for us. For example, I like this one. I will just download it. I will just put it in my folder. Let's give it a name like a roof. So, and yeah, you need to make sure that the roof actually is pretty squarish, but for us right now it's not really important. So yeah, now sorry, this is need to be closed. Now let's get back here. This is our building, this is our materials. By pressing M you can just turn on or turn off your material editor tab here. Let's use the second material to assign texture to this material. Yeah, I will just place it on our building altogether. Yeah, and you can see that all the building right now is assigned with that material. So now we go to modifier, to editable poly. If you actually done with your unwrap, I forgot to mention that before you close your unwrap you always need to do a collapse too, because if you will not do that it will be not saved. So remember that the collapse is really important thing to say to program that you accept your unwrap to your model like that. So right now my unwrap it's saved inside of that model. If you will not do that, the unwrap will be not saved before you will not do the collapse mode. So basically now I have a texture of my roof in my folder. You can find it. Oh sorry, this is already assigned something. So to use the empty material you can just select another one, or just here here, somewhere over here should be the reset material editor slots. That will reset all the materials in the slots. That means that any kind of slot right now it's empty. Now you can just drag and drop it over here on your building, and it's already assigned. This triangles here means that this material is assigned to a selected object. So you can see that if the object it's not selected, this small triangles here is not with the white color. So let's find our image in the Explorer. So basically here in the diffuse map again, where we actually assigned the checker, we need to find this little square here, and the material map browser will give us a chance to use a bitmap as a file with the image to assign it on our object. So by using bitmap here, we need to find this texture which we download from internet, for example that roof. Yeah, now you can see it's covered, this little sphere is covered by the roof texture, and now I just press here. Now you can see that my roof actually it's textured with that texture which is assigned here. Yeah, and now I see that also the walls and everything is with the same texture. What I actually decided to do, to not to use any kind of graphical software, I will just detach the walls and the windows. So basically what you need to do is to select those with the selection. Just make sure that everything is selected and press detach here like this. We can just name that objects as walls, for example. Yeah. And let's assign the second material to the walls like this. So now you can see that we have two different objects. Let's call this one roof, and the second one is wall. We don't need to have another thing. What is this? Is it possible to delete those? I don't know. Yeah, so basically what we need to have is only two objects for now. So let's just fix that roofing object first. So to fix that tiling here, we will just go again to unwrap. Where is it? Unwrap. Here we need to open UV editor, and now you can see our roof here. To fix this roof vector, or how they will go, you just need to use that button here like this, and now you can see our roof will go this way, here also, and this one also. Right now we use a tiling texture and we don't really care how big it is, so we can just rescale it before we will be happy with the size. For example, if we will scale it, it will be continue to tile. Like you can see that it will be tiled forever. Because if we will choose a roof here, and now you will press this button, you will see that actually our tile it will be continue. Okay, I will just go back to see everything clear. So now you just need to select all the roof and try to scale it up and down to find the scale which is more suitable for your building. So okay, this is enough for the roofing. And F4 is to turn off our lines, F4 to turn it on. Now the walls. Let's just use the elements as a selection to detach all the windows and the doors from our object. So again, we just need to find the detach button in edit geometry tab here. So we will detach it like this. Let's go to Google again and let's find the wooden wall texture. So you will find plenty of wooden walls. Maybe let's use the painted wooden wall. It will be more clear for us. Yeah, if we will use the painted wooden wall texture, and maybe let's use the word tile. Sometimes it's work. Actually, for us, it doesn't care. Even if you will found some image like that with marks of eye stalk or something, I just want to know that everybody understand the principle of our unwrapping. So basically, there is our two textures. I just save it in the lesson image. And here on the second material, I will just go again into diffuse map. Here I select bitmap and I select my image. And by pressing this button here, I turn on that image on top of our selected objects. And now we have selection of mode here, just need to be turn it off. Now we select the windows and the doors and assign the third material to it like that. So basically here these walls should be adjusted with the roof. Again, we will go to unwrap, we will go to UV editor window here, and now we will just try to rescale it. You can see that this texture is not really tileable. It's darker a little bit on one part of the angle. Yeah, let's just try to find another one, maybe more clear. Maybe this one. I will just resave it with the same name. If you will resave it with the image with this which is already assigned, you can see that here the image will be automatically renewed here. So yeah, actually I'm happy with that texture. We don't need to have so much from our third lesson. And about the doors and windows, let's just maybe keep those without any of texture. We will just color those with colors. For example, the window. So I just select all the windows all together, and again I use detach button here to detach those as a windows. I mean the glass part of the window. Let's call that glass. So right now the glass is selected. Let's use again another one material to assign it here, like this. So, and here in the diffuse there is an option not to use a bitmap or something what you want to assign, but you can just choose a color by pressing here on this rectangular near the diffuse map. There is a chance to choose a color like this. For example, I want to have a blue colors for our windows, like this. So now I want to detach a door, so I just select door, press detach. Now I just name it as a door. So yeah, let's assign another one material, and let's just make the door, I don't know, maybe dark brown color, like that. Oops, sorry, I press cancel. Yeah, so this should be enough. And now we see there is only one unassigned object with the name object001. We will just name it as a frames, and let's just make all these frames, I don't know, maybe with the red or blue, the pink color, for example. I don't know, you can use your colors which you like to use. So for now, basically what we will have here is the texture for the wall, texture for the roof, and windows which use blue materials, frames which use pink materials, and the door which uses brown materials. So this should be a task for you guys if you still didn't finish everything during my talk. This should be a task for you guys to accomplish during the next week. Basically, it's pretty simple to do. I will actually